Hi, and welcome back to Wall Street Today. I am your host, Greg Rowlett, and I am very excited for our next guest because right now there are millions of Americans who want to retire and enjoy the lifestyle that they've dreamed about during their working years, but they ask themselves this question: am I going to have enough money to retire? And our next guest has been featured on CNN Money and Fortune talking about just that. He is my good friend, Tim Fitzwilliams. Tim, welcome to Wall Street Today.
Hey, Greg. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It was a blessing to be here.
Yeah, I mean, beautiful weather.
Beautiful.
Great place to be talking about some of this
Excellent.
stuff. And, we're going to jump into, some of the fears and how you help your clients to overcome
Sure.
that. But before we jump into all that, just want to learn a little bit more about you and what you do and some of your guiding principles.
Sure, of course, Greg. So my name is Tim Fitzwilliams, as you know. My wife is the backbone of my business. She's a wonderful lady and mother, Corinne Fitzwilliams. We're family owned and operated. And our two rules are rule one, just don't lose the money, and rule two, don't forget rule one.
I love
It's
that.
not about what you make anymore, it's about what you keep. And the number one fear right now out there with retirees, especially age 60 to age 80, Greg, is outliving their money.
Which is, again, technology advancements, healthcare advancements, people are living longer
And longer,
which is great.
absolutely.
But if you don't have the money to enjoy those extra years,
That's right.
that's not good, is it?
No, that's exactly right. You want to make sure you have a steady stream that you're not going to outlive.
Yeah.
Some people think it's good enough that they saved up this amount of money that they think is enough, and it comes down to your lifestyle.
Yeah.
No one expects the unexpected. That's a reality now. Women leave their careers to help out in their family for their loved ones if something happens. It's sad. You see that all the time.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about some of the ways that you're helping your clients to overcome that big fear. But I want to go back to kind of that origin story and how
Sure.
you got into this. I mean, how did you get into financial services and wanting to help people during their retirement years?
Sure. So, we come from humble beginnings. And my family is pretty sick. My dad's had 2 heart attacks. My mom's battled cancer and has Crohn's disease. So I've seen it firsthand what happens when you're doing fantastic. You've saved up plenty of money, but then a sickness comes into your life and it just stops everything.
Yeah.
And I felt this inner desire that I want to be able to educate folks and explain to them how they can make sure that they can plan for that unexpected and know that they can live their life with the same lifestyle that they want to have without worrying about running out of money.
Yeah. Well, this is interesting, right? Planning for the unexpected. Isn't that like the definition of unexpected is you don't know what's coming? So how do you talk to your clients about thinking about things that may never happen or might happen and now there's a huge, problem that we need to solve?
Sure. I mean, it's real simple. What we do when we meet with people is we just want to get to know them.
Yeah.
It's very, very simple. We ask basic questions and getting to understand them, although we do feel that health is your greatest asset. So we do talk about that. We really do. And we take all that data and then we go back and we do some research and we align that with the goals that they shared with us. Because they'll say, I want to have an extra $1,000 or $2,000 a month to be able to vacation or to go see family that I haven't. And we really believe that from 60 to age 70, try to do as much of that as you can. Because after that, as you mentioned earlier, Greg, things start to break down. It gets a little difficult.
Yeah.
So we focus on doing that, and then we build that baseline of the relationship. And from there, we talk about strategies and how we can implement. But we really want people to understand what they have currently and what their options are.
Yeah, really, really powerful. I want to talk a little bit about the state of the industry right now because there's so much advice out there. You can just jump on the internet and on the Google and you can hear lots of things. I mean, what is kind of your belief about what's happening in the industry right now?
I hear that all the time. Everybody wants to know, hey, do you think it's a good time to be investing? Do you think it's not a good time? And you know what? I say this. It doesn't really matter. If the market's up, if it's down, that's fantastic. I'm proud to say that I'm probably the only guy here in Times Square or Wall Street that actually is talking about safe money, Greg.
Right.
That's what it's about. It's about the value of your time. As you get older, you're not willing to take as many risks, or rather you shouldn't, right?
Right.
So we want to make sure that you're not taking as many risks. We want to show you those opportunities that exist so that you don't have to worry about the ups and downs of the market. So whether it's a great market or a bad market or however you look at it, it doesn't matter. We're just going to give you that simple solution. That doesn't mean it's all your money, but a portion of your money needs to be safe and provide you money that you don't outlive.
Yeah, and I love this idea of kind of like that safe money. And, you think of the market, you think of risk, you think of all these different things. And you've kind of done some different things so that you could stay ahead of the competition, so you can really serve your clients. I mean, talk about the ways that you're a little different.
I say about it in my seminars, and it's I kind of joke about it, but I'm only really good at a couple things. I'm really bad at a lot of things. But my team and the people that I bring around me that I hire on retainer, to include our CPA and our attorney and people like that, are what makes things work and provide that added value. Because I knew as an economist, comparative advantage, you do what you do best and you trade for the rest. I didn't want to pretend to try to learn tax code. I didn't want to learn estate planning. So I hired people and brought the best that I possibly could find into my circle so they keep me on track. Right? And in turn, though, the client benefits as if they have them on retainer.
Wow.
And that's what I think makes you successful, is being able to recognize your faults and then pay to have other people.
Yeah, we'll find the best team,
find
right?
The best,
Michael Jordan needed Scottie Pippen setting the screens.
Exactly, you got it.
Yeah,
right.
That's really what you've done. Now, here's a fun question we asked all the guests on Wall Street today, and it's that, if you could kind of turn back the clock, let's say, 15, 20 years, to your younger self, or maybe turning back the clock for some of your clients 15, 20 years ago, what kind of is the one piece of advice that you would either give to yourself or to them?
That's a great question. I would say it's about planning for the unexpected, especially as technology is advancing, like you said. People are living longer and longer lives. Long-term care is more realistic. Pensions are starting to become a thing of the past. People are concerned. So if you're 40 years old or 35 years old and you're thinking, what should I be doing? It's okay to invest and try things and have fun and try to make money, but have a portion, Greg, a portion that's allocated for safety that can be that supplemental pension later on down the road. Because you and I, we might not even see Social Security.
That's very true.
So we have to think like that and start being more conservative. And through that, we need to live in our means. There's a big problem in America, especially with the youth, of living outside of their means.
Right. Yeah, and spending, not being proactive, looking for those. That rainy day fund our grandmas always taught us about.
I see the grandmas, and they do that.
Yeah.
But young people have forgotten about that. So plan for that unexpected.
Yeah.
Stay within your means.
Yeah. So I know there's a lot of folks who are watching right now, and they're like, you know what, Tim? I need some of that safe money, that we're talking about here. What's a way that maybe they can learn more? Maybe they can come to one of your events, get some more information about how you can help them.
Right. We do a lot of events, a lot of different dinner type workshops and things like that. And you can go to our website to find out if one is local by you.
Yeah.
We also have a lot of good material on our website. You can listen into our radio show. You can listen to various things. And of course, if you just want to give us a call, we have some material that we can send out to you, some ideas, some white paper that you could read and get an idea about how you may be taxed, or how this is going to happen or that's going to happen, just so that you're informed. Again, that's what it's all about, is making sure you understand what you have and what you can do to make sure you don't outlive your money.
So powerful, and there's so much education and resources, things that you guys put together. As you're watching this, I hope that you take advantage of that. Show up to one of the events, listen to the radio show, but be proactive so that you can get some of that safe money. Tim, thanks so much for being here on Wall Street today.
Thanks a lot, Greg. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
We'll be back in just a minute with more from Wall Street Today.